Wow, it's a totally ancient relic, a tool of days gone by. What must life have been like using something like last year's smartphone?
Yeah, I think we all know that technology dates really quickly. But this week, we're getting our hands dirty as Click gets into some proper high-tech archaeology to help locate and then rebuild a vital part of the ancient city. And for anyone creating a new ruin, we'll look at the latest software designed to protect builders from the hazards of building. Welcome to Click, I'm Spencer Kelly. Archaeology has been given a very glamorous image by the likes of Harrison Ford and Angelina Jolie. Fortune hunters and tomb raiders jetting off to all corners of the planet in search of hidden secrets, unarmed only with a brush, a whip and a tiny pair of shorts. But not all the kit used by archaeologists is as basic or as ancient as the relics that they uncover, as David Reeve found out when he visited a high-tech dig in Rome.
This place was once so important that it could be the cause of civil unrest or even be the end of emperors. Don't believe me? Well, perhaps this will help. These powerful 3D images, the result of data from an arsenal of other technologies, are revealing to archaeologists the full importance of ancient Rome's gateway to the sea, Portus.
We have to regard Portus as like a huge strategic base, a resource. And without this strategic resource, the population of Rome literally would starve. When the grain supply would stop due to bad weather or due to a poor harvest, there were riots in the city. And when there are riots in a city of 1 to 2 million people, the very emperor's position is threatened.
But studying such a vast site, it's spread over 30,000 square metres, requires a little more than an archaeologist's trowel. One of the most important questions archaeologists have to deal with is when and where to dig. A bit of an issue when you think that a structure like this could be buried under metres of earth for centuries. Now archaeologists have tools to look below the surface so they can see if there's a structure worth looking at before they even think about picking up a shovel. Now, this isn't going to cut any grass. It's ground-penetrating radar, and it's giving archaeologists a 21st century mole's eye view of what's buried beneath their feet.
What it does is essentially sends out a series of electromagnetic pulses and sends them into the ground, and they reflect off of reflectors. And when we're using them in archaeology, especially here at Portus, there'll be things like walls, and then we can calibrate how deep the features are, which is really helpful in archaeology.
A little later, Jessica plugs the data into the computer.
We're seeing some really nice high amplitude in red structural features, so that's really good. And here again we get some nice corners and some linear features here. This gives us a really clear picture of what's going on where we can't excavate.
They like their gadgets on the Portus project. One of their aims is to apply and develop the use of computers and technology in archaeology, and that includes giving some relics the paparazzi treatment with polynomial texture mapping. With a series of flash photographs, the software will work out the angles to skim light across a worn surface and tease out details normally invisible to the naked eye.
Moving the mouse, we can kind of play with a flash position. It's very good for very low relief objects like coins, brick stamps. Using that technology, we really managed to read the text what was written there 2,000 years ago. So yeah, really does magic sometimes.
And what's captured by the other technologies all comes together in the stunning 3D model created using 3ds Max, Vue Extreme and Maya, software normally associated with blockbuster movies.
We were really keen on the idea when we made 3D graphics a big part of the Porters project that it should be part of the process of discourse. We wanted to bring these models to the centre of the discussion, and we'd be left with this legacy of how our thoughts changed and how our ideas of the site and our interpretations changed throughout the project.
This high-tech dig has not just brought the discipline to life for outsiders looking in, but it's made life on the dig more dynamic and immediate for the archaeologists themselves.
Dusty, ancient ruins. David Reed. Now time to come right back to the present with the latest tech news. Just as the dust settles on the Wi-Fi N standard, a new flavour of Wi-Fi is born. Wi-Fi Direct will allow phones, cameras, printers and other devices to talk to each other without the need for a router or PC, working like a souped-up Bluetooth. Several bits of